Hey, thank you so much for coming to the next video. Let's go ahead and continue with the next scene. So in the previous video, we created the first scene. Before we move on to the next scene, which is this scene here where the agents slowly turn around. Okay, so before we move on to this scene, let's wrap up some things and let's do some cleanup. All right, so we rendered out our first scene, and right now it's just on the desktop. This is going to get messy very quickly when we have more scenes, so let's create a folder. Just right click and new, and we're going to call this matrix scenes. All right, and so this way we can have something that's a little bit neater. Okay, all right, give me 1 second. I think I have it open already. Okay, I have it open in here, so let me close this project and let's drag our files in a folder to keep everything neat. Okay, great. So now let's open up Shotcut. You want to make sure that you keep everything very neat, and let's see, go to desktop, matrix scenes, there we go. Okay, so this is the project inside of Shotcut. Okay, and that's all we have so far. Now we need to provide some information to the directors and to the Hollywood execs so that when they look at our previs, they will know what's going on. Okay, to do that, select the project down here, select the clip, and we're going to click filters, click on the plus, and we need to add some text. So you can go to video and scroll down until you see text, or you can search for text up here. So just type text, and we're going to use simple text, nothing fancy. Okay, so by default, Shotcut allows you to have this nice timer, so you can just scale it down or scale it up. So this is very important. Always have the time of each clip for the director. This is really, really necessary. Okay. Okay, great. All right, so we have a clip. And that's what we want. Now the next thing that we need to do, we need to add another text. So just click here again to add filter, and I have this already saved in my favorites, so we're going to add another text. And here we just want to add the title of what we're making. So this is the matrix. So this is where you're going to add the title of your movie, whatever you're prevising. In this case, it's the matrix previs, and we're going to scale it down. Okay, so now we have the time and we have the name of what we're making. Now let's add another text. Add the plus sign, click on text, and now let's add some important information like frame rate. If you remember, when we rendered this scene, we rendered it with the 30 frames per second. Okay, so 30 frames per second, and let's also add some space, and then let's type in the lens. Okay, which was I believe it was the, let's go to iClone and let's take a look at the camera. So if you remember, it was camera 2. Click on modify, and this is going to show us the camera that we used. It was the 22 millimeter. Okay, and the film back was negative super 16. So I like to put all of this information. So I'm going to say film back. Let's go to Shotcut. So before lens, I think it was The lens was the 22 mm or 20 mm. Okay, and I'm going to type here film back, and I'm going to say negative Super 16. Okay. This is really important to have on your previs because, like I said, you can just leave this way. Okay. And maybe we can just boost it up a little bit. Okay. So this information is important. It's very, very necessary to have all of this. Okay. Deselect this filter. And so now let's play it. Okay. So we have all of the Hollywood information that your directors are going to need in order to recreate this scene. So we've told the director that we're using a negative Super 16 millimeter. Okay, so that's the camera, that's the film back, and it's a 20 millimeter lens. Okay, that's what this is right here. So now your director will be able to recreate the scene because they have the information they need in order to do so. Okay, and then we have the time here. So this is very important, and this is how we're going to build the entire movie, by just doing it step by step, scene by scene. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and start the next step. Okay, great. In the next video, we're going to create scene 2.